The city was a beast. Concrete, glass, and a million restless lives. I lived in its belly, my 17th floor apartment, a cage suspended in noise. Sirens wailed, traffic growled, and the city's pulse was a frantic, irregular drumbeat. My name is Leo. I was a graphic designer, glued to screens, my phone buzzing with endless demands. The noise wasn't just outside, it was inside my head, a hum of deadlines and pressure. Sleep was a forgotten country. Even with curtains drawn, the city's light and sound always found me. My dreams were loud, filled with ringing phones and blaring horns. I woke up more tired than before, my jaw aching from stress. The city had its teeth in me, chewing slowly. It was vibrant, chaotic, but I'd forgotten the steps. I was just being trampled underfoot. Lost in the roar, I knew something was about to break. It was probably me, and that's when everything changed. Maya, my sister, said at first, "Leo, you look like a ghost." Our friends Liam and Chloe nodded, concern etched on their faces. They gathered in my cluttered apartment, a calm island in my chaos. Liam handed me a brochure. Hushwood, Find Your Silence. A cabin in the mountains, no Wi-Fi, no cell service. Chloe called it a reset. No screens, no sirens, just the wind and your own breathing. They'd already booked it, an intervention disguised as a vacation. I saw their worry and felt a flicker of hope. I agreed. The city was winning and I was too tired to fight. We packed bags, hiking boots, board games, thick sweaters. I powered down my laptop, turned off my phone, and watched the city shrink in the rearview mirror. The highway's growl faded, replaced by the gentle hum of the car. We were heading toward silence. I was afraid of what I might find there, but I knew I needed to go. Sometimes, you have to let others pull you out before you disappear completely. So I let them, and we drove on. The road to Hushwood twisted into the mountains, asphalt giving way to dirt. The trees thickened, swallowing sunlight. When we stopped, silence rushed in, heavy, absolute. The cabin was simple, sturdy, and inside the quiet was deeper. No hum of appliances, no distant city drone, just our own muffled footsteps and whispers. It felt wrong to speak loudly, as if we were trespassing in a world that had forgotten noise. We explored the woods, our steps ghosted by moss and leaves. No birds, no insects, just a watchful, unnatural quiet. Dusk deepened the stillness. We sat on the porch, listening to nothing. In the city, night brought new noise. Here it only made the silence heavier. We'd come seeking peace. But a new anxiety crept in. A fear not of noise, but of its utter absence. The silence was beautiful, but it was also unsettling. We didn't know what waited in that quiet. The first night I lay awake in total darkness. The silence pressed in, ringing in my ears. Every sound, a creak, a rustle, became a threat. My heartbeat was a frantic drum in the quiet. Sleep was shallow, dreamless. I woke feeling watched, the silence now active, attentive. It was the kind of quiet that holds a question. I strained to hear anything, but the void seemed to listen back. The next day, unease hung between us. Chloe's morning meditation felt forced. The peace was menacing. The silence felt like a trap, not a gift. Maya broke first, dropping a spoon. The clang was explosive. We all flinched, nerves raw. "It feels wrong," she whispered, "like the world's on mute." We understood. This wasn't gentle quiet, it was enforced, oppressive. The silence had been imposed, and whatever had done it was still here. We were intruders in a place that wanted us gone. The silence was no longer empty, it was waiting. And we were not alone. We just didn't know it yet. The first time I saw one I thought I was imagining it. A flicker in the corner, man-shaped, shimmering, gone in a blink. Liam saw one too, outside by the firelight. A tall, thin shape made of static, drawn to the light and sound. It vanished when he yelped. We gathered inside, scared, the idea of a relaxing retreat shattered. Chloe recalled a warning from the cabin's reviews. Keep noise and lights down, not for courtesy but survival. These things were drawn to energy, sound, light, the very things we brought from the city. They were parasites of sensory input. We realized the silence wasn't a sanctuary, it was a hunting ground. Our presence was a beacon. The silence was a cage, and we were trapped with the keepers. We had come seeking peace but found predators in the quiet. The rules here were different, and we were breaking them. Panic clawed at my chest. My instinct was to shout, to run, but Liam stopped me. "Think," he whispered. The entities were drawn to sound and light, but sudden noise startled them. Maybe. We pieced together the rules to survive. We had to become invisible, silent, dark, still. We blew out candles, laid blankets to muffle steps, and used hand signals. The air grew thick with tension. I'd fled the city for silence, but now it was a siege. Every instinct screamed to make noise, to prove I existed. But we had to resist. We waited for dawn, hoping sunlight would protect us. This wasn't peace. It was survival. We held our breath, praying to be overlooked. The silence was no longer a bomb, it was a test, and we were failing. The night stretched on, each second heavier than the last. We could only hope to make it through. The darkness was absolute, erasing the room and ourselves. We sat frozen, barely breathing, feeling the things outside. The silence was filled with them. A drop in temperature, a prickling on the skin, a faint hum in the bones of the house. Chloe gasped. A tiny sound, but in the silence, a thunderclap. Instantly, a shimmering figure appeared at the window, then passed through the glass. It turned toward Chloe, drawn to her gasp. Liam threw a blanket over it. The fabric smoked and smoldered. The humming rose, the figure thrashed. More flickered in by the door and wall. They were coming in. The hunt was over. The feeding was about to begin. We were out of time. The silence had become a trap, and now it was closing. We had to act. Instinct took over. Fight, not freeze. I screamed. Liam kicked a chair, Maya slammed the poker, Chloe clapped. We made noise, a desperate, glorious cacophony. The flickering things recoiled, dissolving and vanishing. Noise was our shield. We grabbed pots, banged them, shouted, stomped, turning silence into a fortress of sound. We didn't wait. We ran for the car, still yelling, still banging. The engine roared to life, radio blaring. We sped away, leaving Hushwood behind. In the dawn, I looked back. Dozens of silent figures watched from the trees. We had survived by dragging chaos into their world. We didn't slow until the city lights appeared. We escaped the silence by embracing the noise. The city was our refuge, and we would never take its roar for granted again. We were safe, for now. Returning to the city was like surfacing from a dark ocean. The hum of traffic, the wail of sirens, once anxiety, now safety. Each sound was a shield, a barrier against the memory of that listening silence. We stayed together, TV on, lights blazing, the city's noise wrapping us in comfort. From my window the city sprawled, no longer a beast, but a protector. My phone's buzz was grounding, each ping a reminder of life. I'd sought escape from noise, but found something worse in the void. Some silences are not meant to be entered. I still live in the city, still work too much, but the stress feels different now. It's the price of the shield. Sometimes, in rare quiet, I remember the things in the woods, and I'm grateful for the city's roar. It's the noise that keeps the silence at bay.